So I'll let you come over.
At just 15 years old, Mattie Pruitt is captivating audiences nationwide with her powerhouse vocals and soulful country rock performances on American Idol. But behind the spotlight lies a story of raw talent, unwavering dedication, and a journey that began long before the judges' table. From her roots in Eagleville, Tennessee, to her rise as the youngest contestant in the top 24, Mattie's path to stardom is filled with untold moments and behind-the-scenes challenges. In this video, we delve deeper into the aspects of Mattie's journey that American Idol hasn't fully revealed. At just 15 years old, Mattie Pruitt stepped into the American Idol audition room with a presence that belied her age. Accompanied by country singer Craig Campbell, who played piano for her rendition of Jesse Murph's How Could You, Mattie captivated the judges with her soulful voice and emotional depth. Her performance was a testament to her raw talent and the strong musical foundation provided by her family. The judges, visibly moved, praised her maturity and vocal prowess, with Carrie Underwood noting the depth in her voice that was beyond her years. However, what the cameras didn't capture was the behind-the-scenes support and encouragement from her family, who have been instrumental in her musical journey. As Mattie advanced to Hollywood Week, the question remained, would she be able to handle the intense pressure and competition that lay ahead? Little did viewers know the challenges she would face were only beginning. However, what the cameras didn't capture was the behind-the-scenes support and encouragement from her family, who have been instrumental in her musical journey. As Mattie advanced to Hollywood Week, the question remained, would she be able to handle the intense pressure and competition that lay ahead? Little did viewers know the challenges she would face were only beginning. While American Idol showcases the glitz and glamour of the music industry, the reality behind the scenes is far more demanding and complex than what audiences see on TV. Contestants like Mattie Pruitt endure an intense and grueling schedule, far from the image of effortless stardom often portrayed on stage. They work long hours, juggling rehearsals, filming, and interviews, sometimes well into the early morning hours, leaving little time for rest or personal moments. In fact, Mattie's father, Craig Campbell, revealed a startling truth. The contestants often spend up to 14 hours a day on set. What might surprise many is that a significant portion of this time is spent waiting between takes, waiting for lighting adjustments, camera changes, or technical setups, leaving contestants to battle with exhaustion and fatigue. This exhausting routine doesn't just test their stamina, it also takes a toll on their physical and emotional well-being. How do they keep going? How do they push through the fatigue and maintain their passion? Mattie, despite the physical and mental strain, remained unwavering in her commitment to her craft. She knew this was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and she was determined to make the most of it. But that's the question. What keeps a person going when the pressure mounts and every moment feels like a test of willpower? With each passing day, the competition grew tougher, and Mattie was forced to confront new challenges that not only tested her musical talent, but also her resilience and emotional strength. Could she rise to the occasion, or would the weight of the competition be too much? What happens when an opportunity so grand requires everything from you, leaving you with little to give? As Mattie's journey unfolded, these questions became central to understanding not only the competition itself, but the immense personal sacrifice behind the dazzling lights of the American Idol stage. Being the youngest contestant on American Idol is undoubtedly a unique experience, and for 15-year-old Mattie Pruitt, well, it was both a thrilling and daunting challenge. Imagine stepping onto one of the biggest stages in the world, surrounded by competitors who are older, more seasoned, and have far more experience under their belts. How does a teenager still navigating the complexities of adolescence handle such immense pressure? The constant scrutiny from judges, the media, and an ever-watching public could easily overwhelm anyone, let alone someone so young. And yet, Mattie Pruitt, despite her age, seemed to tackle it all with a surprising amount of grace and poise. But what allowed her to thrive amidst the chaos? Was it her natural talent or perhaps something deeper? She stayed remarkably focused on her performances, drawing strength from her musical roots and the emotional connection she built with her audience. Her voice, soulful and raw, echoed through the hearts of viewers, setting her apart from her older peers. But behind those powerful performances, there was an underlying tension. What happens when self-doubt creeps in during such a high-stakes competition? As the pressure mounted and the competition grew fiercer, Mattie, like many young contestants, faced moments of uncertainty. Could she continue to rise above these hurdles and maintain her momentum? Would the spotlight eventually become too much to handle, or would she emerge stronger, even more resilient? What was it about Mattie that allowed her to persist through the storms of criticism, fame, and vulnerability? It's this combination of talent, resilience, and vulnerability that leaves viewers wondering, how far could Mattie go? And would she be able to break through as a standout artist in the industry? Amidst the fierce competition and the relentless pressure of Hollywood Week, there were unexpected moments of joy and celebration that stood in stark contrast to the intensity of the experience. One such moment was particularly memorable. Mattie, who had already shown incredible strength and determination, celebrated her 16th birthday right on set. It seemed like just another day in the whirlwind of auditions, but it quickly turned into something much more significant. Her fellow contestants, who were also living through the highs and lows of the competition, along with the production team, surprised her with a cake, cheerful birthday wishes, and an outpouring of support. It was a heartfelt gesture that lifted her spirits and reminded her that even amidst the competitive fire, she wasn't alone. This small but meaningful celebration was more than just a birthday party. It symbolized the powerful bonds being formed between people who shared a common goal, creating a support system that transcended the usual rivalry. As the contestants laughed and joked, there was a moment of collective relief where the focus shifted from the constant pressure of the competition to the human connections that were developing. But despite the warmth of these moments, the question lingered in the back of Mattie's mind. Would these fleeting bursts of happiness be enough to carry her through the relentless challenges that still awaited her? As the competition moved forward, the emotional toll began to slowly seep through the cracks. Would she be able to balance her dreams with the growing weight of stress and self-doubt? How long could these moments of camaraderie and celebration last in a world so fiercely driven by competition? With every passing day, Mattie found herself torn between her desire to stay grounded and the realization that the road ahead was far from easy. Would she rise to the occasion, or would the mounting pressure prove too much? Mentorship plays a pivotal and often underestimated role in shaping the journey of young artists, guiding them through the intricate maze of the entertainment industry and fostering their growth both professionally and personally. One striking example of this is Mattie Pruitt, a talented artist who gained invaluable guidance from some of the biggest names in the music industry during her time on American Idol and Sadie. Imagine the kind of transformation a young artist like Mattie would undergo under the mentorship of not just any artist, but industry legends such as Carrie Underwood and Jelly Roll. Their expert advice, rooted in years of experience, gave Mattie a unique perspective on the complexities of the music world. But how much influence can a mentor truly have on an artist's career? How does their advice shape not just the artist's technical skills, but also their confidence, self-expression, and artistry? For Mattie, Carrie Underwood in particular offered personalized coaching that transcended simple vocal techniques. Carrie shared powerful insights from her own meteoric rise to fame, teaching Mattie how to navigate the highs and lows of the industry. Through this mentorship, Mattie didn't just learn how to sing better. She also gained the self-assurance to step outside her comfort zone and experiment with her sound, taking creative risks that were previously beyond her reach. But as Mattie blossomed into a more confident and versatile performer, a pressing question began to emerge in her mind. Was she truly ready to break free from the safety of her mentor's shadows? Was she prepared to carve her own path in the music world with her own unique identity? This question resonates with so many young artists. How does one balance the guidance and support of mentors with the need for individuality and creative independence? Could it be that in order to truly evolve, an artist must eventually let go of the safety net of mentorship and step boldly into the unknown? Mattie Pruitt's upbringing in a blended family surrounded by 12 siblings has undeniably shaped the person she is today. But how did such a unique family dynamic influence her development? Growing up with so many siblings, Mattie learned the importance of cooperation, empathy, and resilience early on. These values became foundational to her identity, not only as an individual, but also as an artist. But what happens when different backgrounds and experiences collide within a family? In Mattie's case, it enriched her perspective and deepened her musical journey, allowing her to draw from a wide array of influences. Despite the inevitable challenges that come with blending multiple family dynamics, Mattie has managed to maintain strong, supportive relationships with her siblings, who have stood by her side, acting as her most devoted cheerleaders throughout her journey. But how did these relationships survive the ups and downs, especially when Mattie's ambitions began to soar? The unwavering belief her family has in her talent and character has undoubtedly been a source of strength. But what happens when a dream clashes with familial obligations? As Mattie entered the high-stakes world of American Idol, she found herself facing an internal struggle. Could she truly follow her aspirations without sacrificing the bond she has with her family? This delicate balancing act became a defining moment for Mattie, forcing her to confront the reality of pursuing a dream in a competitive, often ruthless industry, all while ensuring she never loses sight of her roots. Would she find a way to make it all work? And what sacrifices would she have to make along the way? The tension between her personal desires and familial ties left Mattie questioning what truly mattered most: her dreams, her family, or perhaps both. The answer, as she would soon discover, isn't as straightforward as it seems. Participating in American Idol is more than just a televised competition. It's an immersive, life-altering experience that demands unwavering dedication, resilience, and adaptability from its contestants. But what does it really take to survive in such a high-stakes environment? Contestants like Mattie Pruitt are not only competing for a coveted spot on a national stage, but are also thrust into a whirlwind of pressure and scrutiny, where every performance is dissected, every word spoken is amplified, and every decision could be the one that either propels them forward or pushes them into obscurity. Imagine being a teenager, navigating this immense spotlight with the constant media attention and public opinion swirling around you. The weight of such scrutiny can feel almost unbearable. Yet, in the midst of this chaos, Mattie remained steadfast in her passion for music. How does someone so young maintain focus in the face of such overwhelming circumstances? The stage became not just a platform for her talent, but a means to connect with her audience on a deeper, more personal level. As the competition grew fiercer and the stakes climbed higher, Mattie was faced with a crucial question. Could she stay true to herself, or would she bend to the expectations of fame? Would she allow the pressure of becoming a public figure to reshape her? And as the final rounds approached, her journey became even more unpredictable, each moment on stage offering a new challenge and a new opportunity. Would she rise above it all, carving out her own identity? Or would the fame consume her in ways no one could foresee? The journey to self-discovery in the public eye isn't easy, and for Mattie, it was just beginning. While American Idol provided Mattie Pruitt with an incredible platform to showcase her raw talent, her journey did not simply culminate with the final episode. What happens after the limelight fades? For many former reality TV contestants, the transition from television stardom to a professional career is fraught with challenges. The music industry, notoriously difficult to navigate, is a place where only a few can maintain the momentum gained from the show and carve out a lasting presence. So, what sets Mattie apart? While many contestants fall off the radar after their time on a reality show ends, Mattie's drive and unwavering work ethic seem to set her on a different trajectory. She has been diligently cultivating a connection with her fans on social media, releasing new music regularly and performing live, building her brand bit by bit. But here's the real question. Is this enough to stand out in an industry where trends change at lightning speed and new faces emerge daily? Can Mattie truly maintain her place in the spotlight? Or will she find herself another forgotten name in a long list of reality TV stars who couldn't make the leap from one-hit wonders to established artists? What does it take to survive and thrive in the hyper-competitive world of music after the cameras stop rolling? The stakes are high, and every move Mattie makes could either solidify her place in the industry or push her back into the shadows. Will her passion and persistence be enough to help her navigate the intricacies of the music business, or will she face the same fate as so many others before her? One thing is for sure, and Mattie's story is far from over, and the next chapter will be one that keeps us wondering, what's next for this rising star? In today's fast-paced digital world, where every moment is captured and shared, social media has become an undeniable force in shaping an artist's career. But what does it really take to thrive in this virtual space? Mattie Pruitt, a rising star, has harnessed the power of platforms like TikTok and Instagram to not only connect with her ever-growing audience, but also to create a deeper sense of intimacy by sharing exclusive behind-the-scenes content, music snippets, and glimpses of her personal life. Through her captivating posts and authentic persona, she has cultivated a dedicated following that eagerly anticipates each update, keeping her relevant and visible in a fiercely competitive entertainment industry. But here's the catch. While these platforms offer unprecedented opportunities for exposure, they also come with their fair share of challenges. The pressure to maintain a carefully curated, picture-perfect online image can feel overwhelming. How does one keep up with the constant demand for content without losing sight of who they are? Maddie's journey is a perfect example of this balancing act. She has found herself constantly navigating the fine line between being relatable and maintaining her privacy. The question arises, how much of her personal life is too much to share, and at what cost does this vulnerability come?